Hey there, folks. It's me, Chris, with a Gig Man's Life. Yeah, baby. It's a Gig Man's Life indeed. And of course, folks, today's one of those days we're going to go and step aside with an idea here and get into just a little bit of the news. And please, it's kind of one of those moments when you search for news to go and confirm other people's stories that you get inspired to go and think about this as a moment and saying, yes, let's bring something back from the archives, something I've done before. We call it the Turdy. Yes, the Turdy. Just a list of news articles that I put together and feel like they need comments on. And of course, after checking them out and knowing about most of these and trusting that the AI has some sense of humor, and yes, I did edit a good chunk of these. Let's start this off with the Golden Turdy Award. Well, news that ambulance chasers have nothing on corporate representation. First off, Uber has an FTC lawsuit over its Uber One billing and cancellation practices. Um, yeah, they just made it hard enough to still make the gym cancellation uh, seem a little worse. And then Lyft paid 19.4 million after it settled a lawsuit with New Jersey and had improperly classified more than 100,000 drivers as independent contractors. Well, flexibility like a yoga instructor is all good until the attorney general stretches out. Oh, DoorDash agreed to pay 16.75 million to a settlement lawsuit alleging it used customer tips to subsidize drivers' pay while misleading customers and drivers. That's kind of like saying, hey, at our scales, it's not a crime. So, bonuses, people. And then Instacart, another story from New York. Attorney General demanded records about Instacart's price testing after reports that some shoppers may have been seeing different prices at the same groceries or for the same groceries. Well, if you're going to do a hold my beer moment with Ticketmaster, that's it. Right there, folks. And of course, us Gen Xers know that you never have a person hold your beer because you never know when you can go and spend money for the next cold one. Ah, of course, Grubhub agreed to pay 25 million to settle an FTC and Illinois claims that it misled customers about fees, listed restaurants without consent, and deceived drivers about pay. You know what? I love The Godfather too. Who's ordering the popcorn and who's delivering it? Okay. Spark. Walmart agreed to pay 100 million to settle an FTC and state allegations that Spark drivers were misled about base pay, tips, and incentives. Well, Spark really brought that Walmart energy, rolling back prices for customers, rolling back expectations for drivers. Shipt reached almost $1 million settlement with Minnesota over allegations that it misclassified workers as independent contractors instead of employees. Haven't they learned from New Jersey? You know, but hey, we're not talking the best and brightest. But as we have to go and state this, and to all lawyers involved, just a friendly reminder, you still have to hand this to a judge and act like it's not funny. Or at least hope it doesn't get thrown out before the punchline lands. Hey, if you're out there doing the hustle and having a fun time with it, always remember we're trying to have a fun time too here. And some of this just has to be looked at as these are what the companies are doing. Okay? Thank you.